Welcome to the show, everybody. It's Jason here with, of course, Chris. This is the 1 hour live show where we talk about all things reselling. We're both full-time resellers if you don't know who we are. And this is episode 22 of Two Flippin' Dudes. Well, Chris, how's it going this week?
I mean, I guess I'm supposed to have like an interesting answer to that, right? Because we're like on TV, on camera, bright lights are shining.
Heck yes, man.
I guess I went thrifting, believe it or not, and I listed some stuff on eBay, believe it or not. Yeah, so that was my. Actually, I did have some interesting stuff this week. So today, actually, I'll rewind. Last night, I was looking for some garage sales, so I was on Facebook Marketplace, just seeing if anything was happening either this morning or Friday. I don't know that I'll go out this weekend, like Saturday, because it's Memorial Day weekend. I think sales will be slow, like garage sales, but also I want to like do stuff and enjoy the weekend. So I was looking for maybe something this morning or tomorrow, and I came across this Onkyo stereo system that was listed for a pretty good price. So I just sent a message. It was late. I said, sorry for reaching out so late, but figured I was interested. So I thought I'd shoot you the message quickly, and the person responded. And so I guess we had like a pending deal in place last night. So I picked up these 3 Onkyo pieces. So we're talking like mid 90s vintage 6 CD changer, dual cassette deck, and a and the, what do you call it, the receiver and tuner. So really nice score. I paid $45 for these 3 pieces combined. Each of these 3 pieces respectively will sell for more than $45, including, I was actually surprised, this CD changer. I just noticed this about 20 minutes ago. I just looked up the comps for these items. This one, I should be able to get like $130 just for the CD changer. Each of the last 3 sales on eBay for the same exact model went for $130 or above plus shipping. So that was, I knew there was money there, but I've sold a fair amount of Onkyo, I don't know, probably a handful of Onkyo items in the past, some vintage stuff. And so I knew there was value there at $45. I just didn't know that it was going to be that much value. I thought I was looking at 60 to 80 a piece, but really 2 of them are probably 60 a piece, and that one's like 130. So, but here's the really interesting thing. Like, that's a good find. Cool. I like picking up vintage stereos from time to time. But she also had, I checked it, she had some other listings, and I went through some of her listings. Obviously, she's doing like a moving sale. And 2 chili pepper bottles were listed for $5. So I know you're the infused oil chili pepper bottle king, right? I've never found them before, but I ended up picking up 2 of those, these 2 tall ones actually, to add to my collection, because I found 2 at a thrift store yesterday, these smaller, actually kind of more interesting looking shaped pieces right there. And I picked these up for, well, there you go. I think $5 a piece. This one was $5, but chili pepper bottles, I'm on the board. And when I go big, man.
You do.
I
got 4.
I got 4 in the last 24 hours. So there you go. So pretty cool score. I paid $50 total. I got these 3 Onkyo pieces and the 2 chili pepper bottles. And to be honest with you, I'm more excited about those chili pepper bottles than I am about the vintage stereo. Those will be easier to pack probably than this, although maybe not so, but similar.
You keep this up, and you may replace me as the chili pepper king in like a few weeks.
Hey, I'm not saying I'm coming for the crown. I'm just saying, you might want to be careful.
I'll keep looking back every once in a while just to see how far away you are. Oh, that's a good find. So, I mean, were you able to test out the stereo system and make sure everything worked? I'm guessing you went to their house, or did you meet him somewhere?
I didn't. I was prepared. I brought my usual Amy Grant cassette deck or cassette tape that I used to test with, and I brought some CDs with me too. But once I got talking to the woman and saw the condition of, the condition is impeccable, and also like kind of the bigger piece of the story is that she's actually moving. She was moving, but she's moving to my neighborhood. So this is like literally one neighborhood over. It's like a 3-minute drive from me, and she's moving down the street from me. So she'll be like 6 or 7 houses down from me. It's currently being built, and they're close to closing on it. So yeah, so she'll be my new neighbor. So yeah, there was a high level of trust there. I told her I'd help her move and all kinds of stuff like that. And like, she knows which house is mine and all that stuff. So I was willing to take the chance there.
Nice find. So David says, love Onkyo, great buy, and then asks if that's a 6-disc CD changer.
It is, yeah. And this model is comping for the last 3 sales have all been 130 or higher on that particular model, which was a surprise when I got home. I didn't think that it was worth that much money. I suspected it was. I suspected each piece was 60 to 80, and typically the CD changers are on the higher end of that. I was expecting maybe 80, maybe at the most 100. I wasn't expecting 130, so it was a nice surprise. But still, chili pepper bottles, I think that's where I'm most excited about. I got these 4 of them. I got to show you this one.
They're fun to look at, aren't they?
Look at this one. It's kind of like cut in half, sort of, right? So it's round in the front.
I like that, yeah.
Party in the front and business in the back, maybe, I guess. I don't know. What was that? What's the price on that for? Yeah, $5 on that one too. So
$5, nice.
I spent a total of $15 for 4 chili pepper bottles. And these two, this one in the back, that's got to be 18 inches. I mean, that's a honker.
Yeah, I mean, you can maybe get, I'd say at least 40, maybe 50 for that one. That round one that has like the rings stacked, that same one, I actually listed one today, and I found that exact same one sold for $35, I think, free shipping. So
no way, like you already sold it.
I was listing it. I haven't sold it. I was just looking at comps to make sure they were still holding value.
Gotcha.
But yeah, there were a lot of comps out there.
Yeah, the market for chili pepper bottles, especially red hot chili pepper bottles, is, I guess, it's really volatile. It's good. It's kind of like Bitcoin right now, crypto.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. Those things may be worth over 100 in like 3 days and then drop down to $12.
Who needs NFTs when you can get vintage 1990s decorative infused tall chili pepper bottles?
They're coming back. Get your chili pepper bottles.
I didn't even know what to say when the woman was like, "Hey, are you, did you think that these were going to be this nice?" And I was like, "No, they're even better than I imagined." Like, I was just like pure excitement. She probably thinks I'm crazy. I mean, definitely.
Yeah. She's like, "What do you get? Why do you want these?" I mean, does she know you're a reseller, or does she think you're just taking it?
I did not get that into it with her, with the reseller piece. Although I felt like at some point I'm like, I should probably mention to her that I'm a reseller, both for business purposes and because she's going to be my neighbor. But I was like, nah, I'll save that. And mention
you can
that.
always walk down the street to see her later if you need to get some more stuff.
Yeah. I'll see what else she like lists coming up too. I might have to hit her up. But anyway, that was my excitement for the week. How was your week? What's going on?
Dude, it's been a solid week. It's been a really good week. Today especially was a really good day. I had a lot of firsts today. First either in a while or first at all. Like, made my first sale on Mercari today. Got the cha-ching this morning, which was awesome, on a really good sale, actually. Won't be in the game, so I guess I can tell you about it. It was a Polo Ralph Lauren Hawaiian shirt I got $40 for.
Oh, wow.
So, and I'm still, I mean, obviously first Mercari sale. I'm not really sure how shipping works. I mean, I've already shipped it out, but I'm not really sure. I'm guessing the buyer gets charged for that, or I get charged for that.
I think it depends on how you listed it.
I guess we'll find out. It'll be a fun surprise.
But it is nice. It's convenient, right? That as soon as the sale's made, well, first of all, there's no waiting for payment. Even if there's an offer, you get paid. You get the immediate transaction anyway. You do have to wait for payment. So that's nice. And you probably also noticed that you just got emailed a shipping label right away. Like, you didn't have to go
exactly
finagle, which is nice.
Some of these other sites, we've talked about Facebook, but Mercari as well, super easy to use. I mean, it's like they've made it so that anyone can just start with a little bit of knowledge, get in, print your label. I mean, it's just very intuitive. So I'm liking what some of these platforms are doing as far as making it super easy to understand if you have no experience. So
I agree. I feel like as a shopper, I feel like these platforms, and I guess I'll be specific, like last night I was looking for more Prana Zion shorts because that's my jam. And I was on Poshmark and I found a nice price on a pair that I wanted to buy, and I put in an offer. But it feels like it's just so easy and intuitive. the search function, like the search works really good. You get exactly what you're looking for. I feel like the just visually, I feel like the platform looks good, especially on iPhone or on the phone, where most mobile devices, which is what most people are shopping on at this point anyway.
Yeah, between like Poshmark and Mercari, and I'm still trying to figure out like looking at my store and looking at my listings. It's different because I'm not used to it, but I'm getting the hang of it slowly. Ginger does confirm Mercari. The shipping is done behind the scenes between Mercari and the customer, so that's good to know. And then you have to determine the correct shipping cost. Okay, thanks for sharing that, Ginger. I don't know if I did it right or not, but we'll see.
It's similar to like Facebook Marketplace, right? Where it's like the flat rate. Yeah. And I think Poshmark is the same way too. Poshmark, it seems like everything's like priority, which is interesting, but that's at least how I remember it. I have just got back into Poshmark I just like kind of re-downloaded the app for the first time in a couple of years. So.
Yeah. So, I mean, you and I have been talking lately because it's been a big week for both of us. I guess you probably started last week. I started this week, but getting into, so cross-posting on Vendoo, we both started free accounts, got 5 listings up that came with that little trial thing. And that's how I made the Mercari sale. But already, I got to say, I mean, just talking about the ease of use with some of these platforms, but Vendoo is super easy to use and just cross-post really quickly. I think so between like Poshmark, so I took 5 eBay listings between Poshmark, Mercari, Facebook, and there may have been like Grailed or something, like maybe 4 platforms. I think it took me 10 minutes to cross-post 1 listing. So, I mean, very efficient, and Vendoo is a great option if you're looking for a cross-posting site. Super intuitive.
Yeah, agreed. I'm excited about it too. I almost spent some time today just diving into the deep end. Now that I've done the 5 trial that they give you, 5 for free. I thought that was such an intuitive process, and I got some quick sales out of it as a result of it, that I was ready to jump in. So today I almost did it. I've made the decision. I'm going to do a month. I'm going to pay. I'm probably going to do not probably. I'm going to do the 600 listings. I'm going to go ahead and jump in and do that, and I'm just going to take a whole bunch of existing eBay listings, probably 300 of them or so, and just blast those into Vendoo and cross, and then cross list, and then I'm gonna whatever new that I get in over the next 30 days, I'll add that on there too, which is usually somewhere in the range of 250. So
nice.
So yeah, I'm gonna try to max out that 600 in that first month and just give it a really like a good trial. I'm not gonna tippy toe around with 10 or 20 items and see how they do. I'm gonna put a variety of items. I'm gonna put a lot of a variety of items and see what happens. New items, fresh items, old ones that have been sitting around on eBay, and we'll see what happens. All different categories too.
Yeah, because I mean, even if worst case you use it for a month, you spend a little bit of money, and then you get 600 items cross-posted on other sites, which is huge.
It will cost me something like $62 to get that. I think it's maybe $40. No, maybe it'll be $52. I think it's $40 for the 600, and then I'll add another 12. But obviously, it's very new to me. I got to look at my numbers. Don't quote me on that stuff, but it's super, super reasonable price. Yeah. I mean, to get that many items cross-listed, and I've been using, I started a Grailed account. I've never used Grailed to resell before. And I also started a Depop account, which I've never had before. I've had Mercari and I've had Poshmark. So my cross-listing is going across eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Poshmark, Mercari, Grailed, and Depop. So listing on eBay, importing it from eBay into Vendoo, and then boom, across 5 other platforms and 6 total, including eBay. So that's a lot of listings if you think about it. I get 600 out there, and then I cross them on 5 other platforms. I mean, you're talking about an additional 3. That's like 3,000 listings just from that cross listing process. So
yeah. And I think, we've started to see it a little bit, but, obviously every app or every platform has a demographic that's looking for certain things. And so I think it just gives a more holistic approach to selling more of our items than just the typical stuff that you'd sell on eBay. And then you have a sector of stuff that maybe sits and doesn't sell because it's not the right platform. But yeah, I mean, it's It's great. I mean, I've posted 5, I've made 1 sale. I know you posted 5 and made 2. So how quickly that turned around into a sale is huge.
Yeah, if I were going to make a couple of guesses, like what that'll mean for me, I think after a month trial, I think I'll probably dump 1 to 2 of those platforms just to keep things a little bit easier. Like
so they don't get out of hand.
Yeah, jumping between 6 different platforms. It is nice to be on those, to have the exposure across 6 platforms, but it does come with like a cost of like attention and potentially making mistakes and time. It takes you per listing, per platform that you make each listing. There is a 1 to 2 minute investment in time for each additional one. So I think I'll probably drop 2 platforms, the ones that aren't really performing super well for me at the end of my month trial. That would be my guess, 1 to 2. And then I'll probably not list every single item across all 6, because I'll probably start seeing like, hey, these things are selling really fast on Grailed. What's the point in cross-listing also on Mercari,
right,
and Poshmark, if it's just going to move quick on Grailed anyway? Like, why invest the extra time if it's going to go in a week or 2 weeks anyway? So I'll start to learn some of that. So I don't think I'll always be taking 250 listings a month and then multiplying it by 6. I think it'll be, like maybe half of those will be cross-listed on everything. A couple of them will be on 1 or 2 platforms, but that's what I'm guessing will happen through this experience. But what's exciting about it, and I know you're excited about it too, is just it's learning. It's new possibilities. I mean, there's a lot of routine in reselling. It's like, well, I go to the thrift store, I go to garage sales, I got to get this stuff listed. It can be very monotonous. So I'm excited by the possibility of learning and discovering some cool things. So I have some guesses on what's going to happen, but I'm also leaning into there could be some unexpected cool stuff that happens.
Yeah, I agree. Like today, I mean, obviously when I made that first Mercari sale, it was like, I did it, it paid off. I did something different, new. But yeah, it's like that feeling of stepping into the unknown of something that you're not familiar with. I mean, gosh, we could run circles around eBay right now just with the experience we have. But when we first started branching out into Facebook, it was like, man, this is all new, and then we started making sales, and now we're kind of dipping out into other platforms and doing other things. So it's kind of, it's not kind of, it really is exciting to kind of think possibilities of what this could mean for our business. Just when we added Facebook, I know you can test this too. It was huge, and a little bump in sales, and to add 2 or 3 more platforms, likely will mean just that much more. So
I'll say too that if you're watching now and you haven't checked out like Depop or Grailed as platforms, one thing that I had from checking them out, I encourage you to go check them out now. But one thing that that immediately struck me is like, holy crap, these platforms are designed for a much younger demographic. Not just in terms of like how intuitive they are, but like literally the items that they're featuring, the way they're featuring them, the photos, the people in the photos. It's very, very different than when you go to eBay.com. If you go to Depop.com, it's just a very different experience. I felt old for sure as part of that, but it also made me excited about the possibility of selling some things that I would typically pass on, that I see at thrift stores that I know that are good items, but just don't really move on eBay because, I think eBay truly is an older demographic. So yes, especially some just kind of like ho-hum vintage stuff from brands that maybe isn't so good. Like one brand that comes to mind, like Gap or Abercrombie, like brands like that like are kind of ho-hum brands, but I think the vintage stuff like that from those brands and similar brands is going to do well on those platforms. The vintage is so hot right now with young people. So anyway, I'm kind of going deep down the rabbit hole here, but I'm excited about that. I was looking at different items at the thrift store yesterday, which was, it was kind of fun, breaking free from the normal routine.
Yeah, I'm not ready to buy men's small and medium yet, but we'll see. We'll see if that changes. Lynn in Colorado asks if we use Bonanza. I've heard of it, Lynn, but I've never used it. And Chris, I would guess the same for you. Have you heard of Bonanza?
Yeah, Lynn, I've tried it. I'd say last September, I had, at the time, I probably had about 400 listings. I put all of them onto Bonanza, and for a period of time of about, I think there was a 1 month free trial. So I used it for the entirety of that free 1 month trial and sold exactly 0 items. And I don't even think I actually got a single offer through that whole process either. So for me, it was just kind of like, it was almost like the trial wasn't happening. I put everything up there. I checked it the first couple of days, nothing was happening. And then I just didn't pay attention to it. I didn't continue to list anything on there besides everything that I listed in the first place, but it was easy. But I didn't see any magic to that platform. I mean, selling nothing out of 400 listings, or maybe it wasn't a full 400. Whatever the free trial was, I maxed out the free trial and saw nothing in a full 30 days. So canceled it.
Yeah. Thanks for your question, Lynn. And then Laura, just kind of reiterating what you were saying earlier, definitely does as far as reaching different people or different platforms with different items selling. Younger people remember the vintage Gap stuff manufactured in other areas before it turned to made in China. So yeah, definitely true.
I think there's some possibility even for some unbranded stuff. I could be way wrong, but just unbranded stuff that looks cool, just because the way like the search function works on those platforms is a little different than eBay, where it's all keywords. It's like you put in your size, it recommends stuff to you. It's just different in the way it's kind of like revolutionarily different at its core from the way eBay works. So I think, some item, I think the brand won't even be as important, I think, to a lot of the buyers. It's just that it's cool. Like looking at this shirt back here, it's like, hey, that's a cool pattern, right? They might not even know or care what the brand is, that they're like, I want that shirt.
Yeah.
That doesn't really fly on eBay.
Yeah. And I think I noticed, again, this is 5 listings, but trying to list on Grailed, I think you have to be in a certain brand, like one of their, is that right? Like, does that make sense? You have to have like a certain brand to list on there.
On which one?
On Grailed? Maybe I'm thinking of something else. There was one where it was like, it had a drop down and it had a list of brands and I couldn't type in the brand. So I was like, I guess since I don't have this brand, I can't list it. I don't know. That seems kind of fishy, but if they're trying to make it like a certain like genre of clothing or a certain image, I guess that would make sense.
Maybe I got some strange brands currently listed on there. Like I had a piece from like a vintage polo shirt from The Game. I had a Joseph A. Bank item up there. I have a LL Bean item up there, and I have a Coup, which is kind of a unusual brand up there. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're right, but I didn't run into that with the stuff that I listed up there.
Okay. Well, dude, this has been a good talk, and I'm sure we'll continue to unpack this as we get further and further into the cross-posting journey. We'll let you guys know what's going on with what's selling where and what platforms we're on. But as of right now, this is all kind of new within the last week. So
yet another experiment, venture into the unknown. We started that Facebook marketplace experiment, each of us, just short of 2 months ago. And we went into that not telling all of y'all out there, like, this is how you do it and this is what works. We sort of went into it and we said, well, we don't know anything about it, but we're going to give it a try. And very clearly, we don't know much about Grailed or Depop, but we're going to go figure it out, and we're going to tell you about it.
Yeah. And some of the people watching are much more experienced than we are on a lot of those platforms. So if you've got questions, you can put them in the chat and I'm sure they will help you out as well. But let's show some items that we've thrifted this week, Chris. We've got some time to show and tell some items. So I'll kick it off with this guy right behind me.
Yeah, I feel like I already showed a whole bunch of stuff. I feel like I took up my show and tell time.
That's all right. I mean, you just picked that up today, and those are some awesome pieces hanging behind you. So I picked this up Friday. I haven't thrifted at all this week because I thrifted Friday, which I normally don't do. I went to garage sales and they weren't really happening because it was raining. So I ended up thrifting, picked this up, got the Harley Davidson there. Here, I'll just go. Let's do this. This is a unique Harley piece, and it is unique for the size. It's a 5XL, which you can't really see, but take a look at this guy. It's a performance shirt, 5XL. It's got like a vented, meshy kind of back, and then the sleeves here are, you may not be able to tell, but reflective. So,
interesting.
And then it's got Here's the front, got the Harley Davidson logo there. So, I mean, great shirt, 5XL, huge shirt. I've got this listed for like $60 plus shipping. So,
Wow.
we'll see.
When you photoed the reflective part, did you take like a flashlight or something to like show that it's reflective? Or would that even work? I don't know.
I didn't. I just listed in the description, sleeves are reflective. I took like a close up of the sleeve, but just in normal lighting. So
cool piece. Never seen one like that.
Yeah, I haven't either. It's always like the button up, like normal cotton or polyester or, heavier stuff. But that was an awesome piece. And check this out. Pick this up. Where did I get this? It's at a thrift store somewhere. I don't remember where, but a few bucks. I actually found a new thrift store in the area. I've been driving by it since I've been here. And I mean, literally, it's like across the street from two stores that I go to. I walked in, I'm like, is this new? And she was like, no, everyone says that. She's like, we've been here a couple of years. I'm like, maybe you guys should market a little better because you can't really see the sign. It's just kind of like down a hill. I mean, it's just kind of weird. It's off of a main street, but this was one of like the 3 items I picked up. This 100-ounce Come and Go travel mug, travel cup. So
you don't want to drop 100 ounces of soda out of that thing. That'd be a mess.
There you go. There's the brand, Whirly. And there's not any listed for Come and Go. There's a lot of like big gulps out there, and they're listed around like 30 plus shipping, like 10, 12 bucks shipping. So, yeah, I mean, for something I paid like $3.50 for, I think I've got it listed in the mid 30s. So
that's cool. Good find. I always like look out for those big gulp ones. I've never seen or even knew to look out for a Come and Go one. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, 100 ounces. I mean, that is just a massive amount of liquid.
Yeah, that's a lot of soda or slushies or whatever you put in those things. I'm going to show a couple brands today that I've never featured on the show before and actually don't really find too often. This isn't a new brand for me, but it's one that I haven't found in quite some time. So G-Star Raw. The only other piece I think I've picked up from this company was a denim piece. This is more of like a chambray style, men's button-down shirt, size XL, Western pearl snaps, which is key. Feel like this is like a $30 to $40 item based on my brief comp search. So nice one to look out for, especially denim pieces. If this was like a jean shirt or a denim shirt, that would be more like a 40 plus, maybe 40, 45 on that. And, obviously, the more unique, the G-Star has some like more unique like embroidered stuff too that will do better. Like most brands, the more unique, usually the quicker it sells and the more money you get. I don't think I've actually ever sold this brand before. I've known about it for a long time, Torrid.
It's a good brand.
The women's plus size brand. I think that's correct that it's only plus sizes. I don't think they do regular sizes.
That's what they're known for, yeah.
So this is a 3, and I think that means I don't do a lot of women. I think that means it's like 3 big or
3X. I think is what you'd want to put in the title. Okay. I would do like plus size 3 and then like 3X or something. Okay.
But yeah, just did a quick comp search on this button down. I guess I was gonna call this a chambray. I don't think it really is though. But anyway, I feel like it's probably 20 or 25 bucks. I don't think that's a home run there, but I know we have some viewers that do a lot more women's clothing than I do. Maybe they'll give me an idea of a long sleeve 3X Torrid shirt, button down, long sleeve. I said long sleeve twice. Maybe they'll have some ideas. And which platform should I put it on? I'll probably put it on everything, but I'm guessing probably Poshmark for that puppy. I'll go one more too. I've shown this brand before, I think, on the show.
Yeah, you're on a roll with those.
Rain Spooner. I feel like I've showed it on the show before. This is a kind of a unique piece. I guess it's a quarter button is what you'd call it. Maybe a third button, but yeah, quarter button. It's 100%. I'm sorry, it's 55% cotton, 45 polyester. But this is a classic Aloha brand. I think a really nice pattern on this too. Size XL, which is a good size, and this is the right time of year to get one of these. Plus, everyone's scheduling. People are scheduling vacations like crazy right now, and finally breaking free and traveling. A good time to be picking up Aloha shirts, especially Rain Spooner. One of my favorite brands to find.
What do you think you'll list that Rain Spooner at starting off?
I think that's a 45 plus ship is what my instincts tell me on that. I don't know if that like quarter button has like any kind of special cachet.
Yeah, while you're looking at that, Trisha says, I sell Torrid on Mercari.
On Mercari, okay.
Yeah, and there's a store here at Goodwill that gets a lot of brand new Torrid, and occasionally I'll go in and find a piece or two. I've been listing on eBay, and it's selling fast on eBay, but that's brand new. I'm not sure used. I mean, I would guess same market, but
I feel like I'm a little high on that Rain Spooner. I feel like probably 30 to 35 is probably the range for that. Maybe, yeah, probably 30 to 35. Some other Rain Spooners that are like they do like collabs, like Rain Spooners has all kinds of different collaborations where they'll have like sports teams on them and, you know, different brand collabs. Those ones tend to go for a little bit more money. So this one's more like 30 to 35, but should be a quick mover.
I think there's a Rain Spooner that's got like a Disney themed or something that goes for quite a bit. If you can find like the Mickey or Disney or something.
Yeah, I mean, you should pick up just about anything Rain Spooner. It'll sell well. I'd pick it up in all sizes too, including small. But yeah, if it's a collab, I had a Rain Spooner. No, sorry, that was a Tory Richard Harley Davidson collab, which was really cool. But
really, wow, that's unique.
One time I also had a Rain Spooner Los Angeles Lakers collab. That was a really cool piece. That was a few years ago, but that got good money. Don't ask me how much money it was, but it was definitely good money.
Nice. Well, I was telling you about that news story. This was the second item I found there. If Blind Creek is watching, this is Sun Mountain, which he just actually did a video on.
Oh, nice.
Sun Mountain Golf, and then got the model of the bag right here. I don't know if you can see that, but 4.5.
Cool.
And I picked that up for, it was 30% off of $25, so just a little over 15. Posted it today, and instantly within 30 minutes I had a Facebook. I just listed it on Facebook local only to see if I could sell it first there, and then guy reached out within 30 minutes. I had it for $100, and we basically negotiated on 75, so I think he's going to get it tomorrow. So from like $17 to $75 within a day, which is pretty sweet.
And no seller fees.
No seller fees. And that's the thing, you know, he was trying to get me down below that, but I was like, well, I'm toying with the idea of listing on eBay because they go for more on eBay. But the fees, obviously, in the shipping, it doesn't compete with a local sale really quick. So
absolutely no need to package that or drop it off. Nothing. That's a thing of beauty. Nice flip.
Yeah. So I love finding those golf items. And I'll show one more item. Talk about this guy all the time, or this brand. We love RG. You know what that is, Chris?
Robbie G.
Oh, where is it? There it is. Robert Graham. Got the crown embroidered. Kind of a unique pattern. I mean, it's just a blue with a light, like paisley pattern there.
Yeah, I like that.
Nothing really crazy under the cuffs, just like a blue check pattern. So I usually will love finding like colorful, kind of what you'd expect with this shirt. It's just to keep the blue consistent, but I love finding the bright colors or the patterns on the flip cuff. So yeah, Robert Graham. I don't find that very often here, but it's an XL, and probably list that in the mid 30s. Shouldn't have a hard time selling it for at least 30 plus ships. So
yeah, I think that's a good price. I'm telling you, Robert Graham's been slow for me. I did sell one. Let's see, the 23rd. So I sold one on Sunday. It was flawed, and I had it for a while, so I only got $20 for it. It had a couple of stains on it, but you know what's funny is I find Robert Graham fairly consistently down here, but I would say probably 7 or 8 times out of 10 that I find it has flaws, like stains.
Really?
It's always stained. 7 or 8 out of 10 times I find it. It's interesting.
So I mean, if you're not finding flawed or stained Robert Grahams, are you picking up every Robert Graham that you find?
No, no, not everyone.
I mean, assuming it's not like a small or a medium.
I'll pick up mediums too. I sold a medium last month. I'm looking, I got 33 plus shipping on a medium on April 8th, but I'll pick up mediums too. I don't know that I've ever had this small conundrum. I don't know that I've ever come across a small, but I think I'd pick it up. With flaws though, yeah, they have to be minor flaws, like big. I'm finding stuff like I'm talking like big old stains, like just nasty stuff that I'm like, why would anyone ever wear this? The one I sold earlier this week had like on the back, it had like 3 little spots that you could barely notice. Like I could see somebody wearing that, but I can't in good conscience like sell somebody like something with like a 3-inch nasty stain on the front, like on the chest. Like what's someone gonna do with that? So I sell flawed stuff pretty much, I wouldn't want to say every day, but a few times a week at least I'm selling flawed items, but I'm trying to stay away from badly flawed stuff,
I hear you on that. I'm just looking to see how many Robert Grahams I have in my store. At the moment, I've got five shirts.
I think I got 10.
And actually, I've got 3 of those at $29 plus shipping, 1 at $22 because it's a medium, and another one at I've got a higher price on that at $52. That seems high. Wonder why, but is it 2XL?
22 on the medium?
22 on a medium, yeah. It's one that I've had for a long time. I've had since September of 2019, so I'm just trying to get it out.
Gotcha. My theory with Robert Graham is that that's kind of a shirt that people are wearing when they're going out. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to imagine. I wouldn't personally wear a Robert Graham shirt. It's really not my style. But I imagine that's a shirt you're going out. You're going to a show, a concert, a bar. Like you're a club, I guess. I think people haven't been doing that for a long time. So I think that my theory is that Robert Graham's going to pick back up. Same with like Bukachi. I didn't sell. Yeah. I sold like maybe 2 in like a 90-day period when I checked in February, and I was like, oh gosh, I got to stop picking up Bukachis. But I've probably sold like 10 since then. So, and I think that part of that's just people are like, wearing a Bukachi shirt is similar in style, right?
Right.
Like loud.
You're not going out. You're not looking for that stuff.
Yeah, like flip cuffs and that sort of stuff. You're not like wearing that and going on a Zoom call or something, like from home. It's not a work shirt. Right?
Yeah, that's very true.
It's a go out shirt. So I think some of that stuff will pick up. So I'm not really super concerned that I'm sitting on some grams. And maybe your Robbie G medium will move pretty quick now that people are getting out and about again.
Maybe so. Ginger, I'm curious, the Robert Graham you sold for $78. Can you tell us a little detail on that? Was it brand new, used? I mean, that's a great price if that's a used shirt. I definitely have not gotten that much for a used Robert Graham. So,
no, me neither. I have got in the 40s for a used Robert Graham before, but 78's wild.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, before they were a lot more out there, I mean, you could post it at $49 and get offers in 40, 45, but yeah, they've definitely come down.
I have 9 Robert Grahams in inventory right now, but 1, 2, 3, 4 of those are new with tags that I have listed at like $80, $85.
Use crazy pattern embroidered. Okay, nice, good to know.
The crazier the pattern, the better for Robert Graham for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of things that I would put in the title of a Robert Graham. I mean, definitely if it's got a elaborate, like on the underside on the flip cuff, I'd put flip cuff in there. Maybe spread collar, colorful. Those are like words. I don't know if you have anything else that you'd put in a title.
If you know the model, like each Robert Graham has like a model name, I would put that in there if you know what it is. But I think all of them are like flip cuff, colorful, embroidered, right? Like yeah, I do put those in there. I don't
except for the one that I have back here.
I have some plain ones. I have like a Robert Graham X. I think is like a lower end
like a factory
model.
End. Yeah,
it's less desirable for sure. My experience selling it hasn't been as good. I think I just posted a Robert Graham X, and I have it posted probably too high at 29 plus shipping for an XL. But I wanted to show one more piece if we got time for it here.
Yeah, go for it.
So I had sold this brand actually for the first time just earlier this week. The brand is called Mizkeen Originals, and I picked it up, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago. It was more of a button-down shirt. This is a long sleeve tee. There's the brand right there. You can probably get that closer. There it is. And that's their logo is like that hand with the M in it. So I actually just had my first sale. It might have been Tuesday. And then I went out thrifting on Wednesday, and I found this t-shirt, and I was like, I bet you this is worth money. It feels like it's like on brand for that brand, right? Like and big size. It's funny, the size is large, but this thing, I haven't measured it yet. It's huge. It's got to measure like a 2x. And I think a big loud color like that, big bright like that. Anyway,
I can't tell, but the back, is that like a puff paint?
yeah, this is actually the front.
The lettering on the back looks like a puff paint.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. I think it is both on the front and back. It's kind of got this like raised, like that's all raised, I guess, like a puff paint, and it's like glittery and stuff too. It's hard to kind of pick that up on the camera, but I feel like this is like a $30 to $35. Well, yeah, probably $30 shirt right here. So something to look out for. Ms. Keen. I don't like to like tell people about brands until I've actually like bought it, sold it. Like it did fairly well. And I'm even hesitant to mention it if it's just one sale, right? But based on the comps, I'm feeling good about this one.
So what Chris is saying, read between the lines. He is the Miss Keen king. He is the expert. So if you've got any questions about Miss Keen, come to Chris and he'll give you very confident answers.
Now, my instincts tell me Ms. Keen. We were talking about how some of these other platforms like Depop and Grailed seem more angled at a younger demographic. I have a feeling like a shirt like that is like, I feel like that's like the wheelhouse for a platform.
Oh like yeah. That seems very true. Well, Chris, it's time to play our game.
Let's play a flippin' game. Why don't we? So we got 2 flippin' dudes. We got 5 flippin' questions. I'm prepared with a flippin' scoreboard here. And we're going to need our flippin' audience for question number 5. You're going to vote to see who wins that question number 5. So stick around for that. That's always really fun, I think. Let's jump right into this. I won last week. So Jason, you will be going first today. Let's jump right into it with the biggest sale of the past 7 days.
All right, here we go. Count it down. All right, here's my biggest sale, Chris. You ready?
Boom.
I think I sold this Friday morning, right after the show, this 16-piece dinnerware set. And I'll show you the brand right here. I don't even know how you say that. Savoir Vivre? No idea. But you can see Luscious there is like the model of this plate. Got all that here in the top. Got a full price, $105.86 for this 16-piece set.
How many people? Oh, 16. I thought you were talking about for one plate. That's still, don't get me wrong, that's ridiculous. But for a second, I thought you were talking about a plate for that much money.
Yeah, so it was like 4 plates, looks like 5 bowls. I don't know, saucers, bowls, the mix, the works. So $105.86.
Pretty set. It's luscious.
It is luscious.
Nice sale, man. That's cool. Let's see. So here's mine. And this is actually my first sale on Grailt. Not a huge sale here. Had a lot of bread and butter sales this week. But this shirt sold within 24 hours of putting it on Grailed. I got $46 for it, full price, including shipping on this. This is a retail arbitrage fund. I picked it up last July. It sat on eBay forever. It sold 3 weeks ago. And then it got returned because it didn't fit the buyer. So, yeah, I felt like my instincts told me, all right, with my 5 trial postings with Vendu for my cross listing, I'm going to use an item like this, like a kind of a younger demographic kind of shirt like this. And yeah, I guess that total luck turned into a lucky guess. This thing sold in less than 24 hours. I'm telling you, I've had this thing since July, listed on eBay. So there you have it. I think this is, kind of demonstrates the opportunity with potentially with Grailed. Of course, it could be beginner's luck. So anyway, you smoked me on round number 1. So here we go with our flippin' scoreboard. Jason, I mixed it up a little bit today. So you do have shoes.
Am I the cleats?
But those are golf. Those are golf spikes. I know you could tell from this beautiful artwork. And my shirts, I don't know if you noticed that, they're long sleeve shirts today instead of short sleeve shirts. So Jason,
maybe even sweaters if you want,
Okay, Jason, those are obviously long sleeve shirts. Come on, those aren't sweaters, dude. So Jason with the shoes, 1. Chris with the
sweaters, 0.
All right. Second category is biggest profit.
Oh.
So after you subtract your cost of goods, your shipping, and your fees, what was your biggest profit from the last week, Jason?
So, Chris, I think you were in the live on TikTok when I was thrifting last week, or was it 2 weeks ago? Anyways, I was thrifting last week and I pulled this item. Do you remember this?
Oh, yeah.
Polo Ralph Lauren puffer. But the cool thing about this is men's 4XL tall, which, I mean, 4XL is great. Tall is great. Just a beautiful vest here. They had it for like $8.98 at Goodwill on the boutique rack. I'm like, all right, that's a sweet price.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I think I said in the live, I'm like, I should get at least $50 for that. Well, it sold. This sells brand new. There are tons of them brand new for $150. So I priced it at $120 plus shipping. Someone made an offer for $80 plus shipping this morning. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. That's fair. So $88 all in on this. And I ended up making $55.95 in profit.
No brainer picking that up for $9. Awesome flip on that.
Yeah.
That price, 120 would have surprised me. I think being in like the $60 to $80 range makes a lot of sense for that piece.
Yeah, and I could have countered and been like at 100 halfway, but then it's like, I don't want to take a chance to lose them. $80 in the morning, first sale. It's great.
Get it gone, pack it up, and get that thing out the door.
Yep.
All right. So my biggest sale or biggest profit of the week is this Brooks Brothers. I ended up getting $38 all in for this piece. It was a brand new with tags. You can see the tag hanging out right there. Yeah, this was a thrift store find. So paid $3 for this brand new with tags, Brooks Brothers at a thrift store. It sold in, I think it was a month and a half, and it got $38. So my profit on this after shipping and fees was $27. Not too shabby, but not enough to win that round. Jason with the golf spikes off to a lead over Chris with the long sleeve shirts. And let's move on to
let's sneak it in a later time.
Question number 3, fastest sale of the week.
So to kick off this round, I don't remember if I showed this last week or 2 weeks ago, but this brand, it was new to me. Western Rise. You remember this one?
You were checking out their website and everything.
Yeah, I think that was last week. Western Rise, great shirt. I mean, their shirts sell for like $120 brand new. So I've never found this before. I was featuring this on the show. Listed it last Friday morning, and it sold within 50 minutes. I had it listed at $49 in shipping, and they made an offer for $40 within 50 minutes of listing it, and I took it. 40 plus shipping, 45 all in on that.
That's amazing. Thanks for sharing that brand with all of us too. I know we'll be looking out for it. I doubt that I'll find it out here, but a Telluride, Colorado-based brand.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that.
Yeah. So here is my fastest sale of the week. I think this was it. Yep. This Brooks Brothers sport coat. Not a size that I pick up a ton of 40 short or 40S. But Brooks Brothers I've been doing really well with for sport coats. So pick this one up. I paid $5 for it, which is I've been paying $4 to $5 for sport coats like all day and all night lately here. And yeah, this thing sold in 1 hour and 39 minutes for a best offer of 34 plus 11 shipping. So $45 all in. I paid $5. So nice tidy little profit on that. 1 hour, 39 minutes. And you know what? I have 84 sport coats listed right now on eBay. I'm happy to get everyone out the door. Any sale, any offer that comes in, like, let's go. I mean, that's a lot of space.
It really is.
4 sport coats.
The funny thing is Chris, I mean, do you remember like episode, it was like 4 when I featured Blazers. We did a segment on Blazers. You were not even in the game then.
I had exactly 0 sports coats and blazers and suits, and had never ever bought and sold a single one. Maybe like a corduroy piece or something, but not like a true sport coat. You know? Yeah.
So I mean, like I was kind of just telling everyone like what to look for in Blazers. I'd obviously been picking them up for a little bit. You jumped in like head first. I mean, you said you have 84 in your inventory. I have 50. So I mean, you've like really focused on Blazers lately.
It's just, the opportunity, right? I haven't been finding shoes, right? Denver was great for finding valuable shoes. I think people just wear flip-flops down here. But for some reason, I've been finding a lot of sport coats, and I don't think other resellers are really paying attention to them. So here we are telling every reseller in the world who's watching, don't sleep on these things. I pay the same amount for sport coats as I do for button-down shirts, and I'm definitely getting more money for each one.
Sometimes almost twice. And they're not fun. I mean, they take up a lot of room in the cart. They take up a lot of room in storage. But when you think that one sale is anywhere from $30 to $50, I mean, again, this is the reason why we do it. And there's a lot of good margin in blazers. So,
absolutely. All right. So moving on to question number 4. This is my favorite category. I love getting rid of that old inventory. So slowest sale from the last 7 days, the item that was in your inventory for the longest.
So I've had quite a bit of interest on Facebook. Sorry, I have someone reaching out right now as we speak on Facebook. But I sold this pair of shoes yesterday. So Facebook's running this deal right now where I'm not sure how many people qualify for it, but you can offer free shipping. Facebook's paying for shipping on certain items. I don't know how long it's going to last, but a lot of probably 4 or 5 items in my store have been selling free shipping. So someone offered, I had this for $25. They offered $20 on this pair of Cole Haans that were, as you can see up here, size 8, and took it. So from January 27th, 2019, 840 days later, I sold these Cole Haans. They are gone.
That's amazing. 800 some odd days. I've been sitting on some Cole Haans for a while too. I think back to my theory, similar to the Robert Grahams and like Bucacci's, those going out shirts. I feel like Oxford or those Cole Haans, although those aren't really going out shoes, they're going to work shoes. And I think a lot of people are going to work and going to business meetings for the first time in more than a year in a lot of cases. So I'm got fingers crossed that Cole Haan picks up again because I have a fair amount of them.
Yeah, I think so. I think it will. And I mean, little side note here, even selling those for 20 and paying $8 for them at the thrift store, I still made $11.50 because they sold on Facebook. So
right, 5% fees instead of 12.55, and it looks like you got free shipping on there, so there was no fees on the shipping price either. Exactly. I saw that. I'm gonna have to double check that, like that free shipping thing, because I did see that pop up on my Facebook Marketplace dashboard, but I thought they were just like telling me to like offer my customers free shipping, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to offer my customers free shipping because then
and honestly, I don't remember if I clicked like to accept it or if it just started popping up in my listing, but I haven't had to pay. Like I've checked the fees and Facebook is picking up the costs. So, I mean, that's huge bonus to try and get people to buy on Facebook.
Dang, I'll have to look at that a little bit more closely. I was like, no, I'm not giving people free shipping. Don't tell me what to
check it out. Check it out.
Cool. Maybe Chris, read a little bit more carefully. So this is my slowest sale. I picked up a lot of 40 records, LPs from at a garage sale back in Lakewood, Colorado. I picked up a bunch of stuff from this guy. So I paid $5 for this box of records. It's funny. I remember trying to negotiate with the guy. I was like, would you take 4? He's like, come on, man. I was like, all right, I'll give you $5, But, sure enough, I'm still sitting on some of these records. Mario Lanza, I don't know who the heck that guy is, but I've sold a couple lots of Mario Lanza records. Anyway, these were picked up September the 13th, 2019 at a garage sale and sold them to this week for $14 plus 5 shipping, 619 days. So a slow sale, but I cannot compete with Jason on that. So updated scoreboard. Jason with the golf spikes 4, Chris with the long sleeve shirts, Zippo. I don't know that we've ever had a 4 zip at this point. So you're smoking. Usually I can count on number 3, like the fast sale.
Yeah. Well, we've never had a 5 to zip. So this would be history right here.
Could be.
But this is where the crowd comes in, those watching.
Could be. What did I forget what I lined up to be my find of the week. Oh, now I remember. Had so many cool, like unique finds. I was like, did I already show it? Shoot. But yeah, so moving on to category number 5. I got to introduce it before we jump into this best pick of the week. So we've been talking about our sales from the past 7 days. Now we're talking about our finds. So you get to vote as the audience. Put a J in the chat if you think Jason's item is the coolest find of the week. Put a C in the chat if you think Chris, myself, has the coolest find of the week. You get to decide like what's best or what's coolest. It doesn't have to be the biggest dollar flip or the biggest profit item. Just the thing that made you smile or you resonate with that item. So yeah, we need you, the audience, for this. So Jason, show us your find of the week.
Here we go. Here's my find of the week. I love finding, when I'm looking for Ralph Lauren, so I'm telling you the brand, I love finding stuff like this right here. Large, and I think this style is called Madras. Anyone watching, is that Madras? Because that's definitely how I have it listed in the title, Madras.
I'm not 100% sure if that's like there is like a specific plaid pattern that is considered Madras. I've also noticed that like Ralph Lauren will actually put that like on a certain type of like weave that is like a different sort of than that plaid pattern. But either way, to me, that's Madras, and I would put that inside. But yeah, I love picking those up. I'll pick those up in all sizes, by the way, too.
I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on just to help people, maybe vote my way.
You have to take the other shirt off first if you really want to get votes.
There it is.
It's your size.
Man,
you can keep it.
Maybe I should just keep it. Look at that.
It is a cool find, for sure. But I'm not sure that everybody is ready for this one. So yesterday, I found, well, I'll just throw it up there. Let this thing do the talking.
Yes.
A Space Jam Wind Racer kite, vintage to 1996. Let's look at that tag, right? That date right there. Look at this.
Whoa. Thing. Still in the wrap.
Still in the wrap, like unopened, still stapled closed at the top. Like the bag is sealed and everything. It looks like the kite. I mean, it's hard to say if it's in like good condition or not, but yeah, I'm excited about this piece. I didn't find any comps for it. I was going to pick it up either way for $2. I'm just going to buy this thing no matter what. But I did find a comp for like, it was like a Space Jam set. It was like a backpack. It was this, and it was maybe one other item. And it was listed for $99, and a best offer was accepted. There's no listed ones that I found.
Did you say 99?
It was like, yeah, it was like a combo of like those maybe 3 or 4 Space Jam things together.
Okay.
One of the items was this. I don't suspect that this is a $99 item. However, it will be the only one listed once I get this thing up there. So it's kind of like a name your price. There's a lot of fans of, Space Jam, and of course it's got Jordan on there, which is big. So,
oh yeah. That's amazing. I love finding stuff like that from the 90s, like still in the package. Nostalgia. I mean, the crazy thing is you may time this, Chris, because have you seen the reboot they're doing on Space Jam with LeBron James?
I have heard of it, but I don't really. Yeah, it shouldn't be LeBron James. It should be the GOAT. It should be in Space Jam. The real GOAT.
I'm looking to see when it releases. July 16th, 2021. So maybe around that time, maybe a couple weeks before leading up to it, you drop that bad boy on.
Maybe you're right. I'm probably just going to list it like right away.
No, you have to wait until July.
Don't tell me what to do. But yeah, excited about that piece. Really cool find. In addition to it, I think that's probably good profit. I can make up a number and tell you like how much it's worth. But I don't think anybody really knows what it will sell for, so we'll see. But at $2, I think it's an easy pickup and fun. So go ahead and get your votes in. I see some votes already coming in. Go ahead and put J in the chat if you think Jason's item is the coolest find of the week or the best find of the week. Go ahead and put C in the chat if you think Chris's find is the best find of the week. So Space Jam is a C. Madras Ralph Lauren shirt is a J.
C's all over the board. But, I can take this one. Looks like you got it, Chris. It's 6-2. We'll give it another 30 seconds, but it's going to be hard to overcome that.
Do we have a question of the week dialed in or dialed up?
We do. We're going with our typical question of the night. Tell us about a flip from this past week. Doesn't necessarily have to be your biggest sale or your biggest flip. Could just be something cool that sold. So let us know in the chat. I'm going to give it to you, Chris. 4-1. I say you take the coolest pick because I think your pick is better than mine, frankly. It's cooler.
Yeah, I was waiting for I was waiting on your pick for like the next shoe to drop, so to speak. Like I was waiting for like the rough, what was it, like the ruffly thing like on that Western Wrangler shirt from a few weeks ago. Like I was waiting for there's more kind of piece.
I'm lost. You were waiting for more on.
Yeah, I mean it's a cool find. I'm not gonna hate on your find, but it's like
you were expecting something more than this.
Yeah, I mean you usually bring like the thunder, like over the top sort of stuff.
Well, I felt pretty good about the first 3 or 4 rounds, so I just thought, like I can kind of relax. I mean, I was looking around and I just have a lot of like bread and butter items. So,
hey man, I've been doing a ton of bread and butter lately. Should be my nickname, basically.
Well, while you're officially taking down the score, 4 golf cleats to 1 sweater on tonight's show. David says he sold a Jams World Hawaiian shirt, paid $1, sold for $129 in 5 minutes. What is Jams?
That's wild. I've never found one of those.
I gotta look this up. Because if I look it up, I'll have a visual of the tag, and then when I see it, I'll be like, yep, I'm getting that.
It kind of reminds me of that brand like Loudmouth.
Oh man, it is funky. I love it.
They're different, but it kind of like it's like, to me, it's like that category.
Yeah, so here's the tag. If you're looking for, well, that's Jams World. I'm guessing that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, so bright colors, beautiful shirts.
Really cool.
What else do we have here? Leslie sold Burberry swim trunks, paid $6, sold for $150. Wow. For a used pair of swim trunks, that's unreal. I mean, I don't know if they're used, but I'm asking Leslie, are those used? It doesn't matter. $150 is a good sale.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sold an Allied security jacket, $54, picked up for free in a donation box, and someone bought 91 postcards from me at $1 each.
Whoa.
Wow. That's one way to do it.
That's interesting. An Allied security jacket. I'm not sure that I would have like thought to pick that up. What's somebody buying like a Allied security jacket when they don't work there? It's kind of like, that's like sketchy. Like they're going to commit like a crime or something, or they're going to pretend that they work for the security company. Are you complicit in a crime?
Yeah, Leslie confirmed those were used. The Burberry swim trunks, by the way. Anime figure Daisy May, 40 from $1. Gosh, I just love the $1 into huge money flips. I just love them. It's just amazing. It's like you pretty much get it for free, and then you turn that $1 into $40. Well, that's all we got. That's all that's come in so far. So some really good flips this week. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start looking out for Burberry swim trunks now.
There's a bunch of people who would have taken me to task in the game too. A bunch of these viewers. I'm glad that they're not in here because I got whooped tonight, but I feel like some of these other people were running circles around me too.
Oh man, we're having fun on the show tonight. Well, we've got a few announcements before we go. We are at the end of the show, but before we go, Chris, do you want to pop the secret on next week?
Yeah, so we're gonna have a special guest next week. We've been talking about having this guest on for a while, and excited that he's coming on next week. So next week is gonna be our season finale. So season 1, season finale, and we wanted to go out with a bang with a big guest. So Thrifter Stifter is joining us this next Thursday live on the show. And yeah, he's going to tell us a little bit about his business and how he got into this. And I'm excited to have him as a guest. Just because I guess a bunch of reasons. Like number one, he's still really new to the game and he's crushing it. He got started with his business late last summer, and he went full time in January and made the leap. So, I applaud that. And I think what I wanted to say about him was that he has an eye for a lot of different things, right? But I almost feel like that's not fair to him, right? Because I think what really impresses me about Matt, Thrifter Sifter, is that he hustles, right? He's out there, and he's always out there, and he's hitting a ton of garage sales every single week. He's always curious. He's like in all sorts of categories. He's picking stuff up. He's comping stuff. And number 3, he's always asking questions. So he's always learning. So I think just to say that like somebody has a good eye for something almost makes it like it's like this natural born talent, and like he can do it because he has it and it was built into him. But I think it really comes down to he's out there hustling. He's curious, and he's always asking questions, and that's allowed him to grow really fast in a lot of categories. I'm excited to have him on here. He sells shirts and stuff too, which gets my respect, but he's all over the place, and he sells cool stuff, and I learn from him. So yeah, that'll be exciting to have him on here and hear a little bit about his business and his journey.
Yeah, he's influenced me in the he's been a huge help to me, but more specifically, like when I'm at the store, I think of him when I'm in the kitchen section, because I would never check kitchen, but now I'm looking for Pyrex. I'm looking for, he's got a wealth of knowledge on some different kitchen items, but I'm always looking, and I haven't really found anything yet, but I'm always looking for stuff that I'm seeing videos of his, like utensils and stuff. So maybe eventually I'll find, we'll see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to him being on the show. It'll be great. And just in case you missed that, next week will be our last show of this season. So we're going to take a break for the summer, end it with Thrifter Sifter, Matt next week, and then come back in the fall when we'll start season 2 of Two Flippin' Dudes.
Yeah, and Jason and I were looking at it. It's not like we want to run away from y'all, the viewers, but when it came down to it, it was the schedule is going to be Swiss cheese over the summertime, because either Jason was going to be traveling this week, or the next week I was going to be traveling, or some weeks we were both traveling, right? And or we had people in town or whatever. So the more we looked at the schedule, like, let's just take a clean break. Yeah, let's focus on our businesses. Let's come back more creative than ever. And actually, let's take some time too. We're excited to, we're going to come back with season 2 with some new fresh stuff. So, and it gives us some time to kind of focus on some of that stuff and brainstorm, and come back with a new improved version of Two Flippin' Dudes.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think it'll just be good to come back with some fresh ideas, like you said. So
if you haven't already, and I know a bunch of you already have, if you just take a moment to go ahead and click the like button down below, whether you're watching live or you're watching the recording, that helps us get the show out to more people. So thank you for doing that. We really appreciate it. And just another reminder too, anytime that you need new things for your reselling business, go ahead and click those links down below. That's all the stuff that Jason uses that is linked below. It's mostly the same stuff that I use for my business too. So he's the sensei. He taught me all this stuff. So I clicked on his links to get started. So if you need to stock up on stuff, clicking those links does support the show. And also you can click any of those links and just go do your regular Amazon shopping. And that supports the channel, gives us a little kickback, and helps keep us going and be creative with this show. So we appreciate that a ton.
Yeah, we like the kickbacks.
Hey, every little bit counts,
Oh, well, that's going to do it for tonight's show. We appreciate you guys watching, and make sure you come back next week to catch Matt, Thrifter Sifter. It's going to be a fun one. We're going to have a lot of fun. So we'll catch you on next week's show. Have a great week reselling.
Peace.